Okay, we're going to be doing the leg and the shoe. First thing that you want to do is you want to attach your shoe to the leg, and they have these little pokey things because that's where you line up your shoes. So we'll put a needle right at that pokey one, and we'll put one at this one, and everything in between is just fill, which is going to be a little bit weird, but what you want to do is you want to bring that rounded part to this rounded part, and the easiest way for me to do that is I always find the center of this and find the center of the shoe and try to pin the centers, and then I'll pin whatever's left in between. Just a little bit more. And we'll pin that right there. And then these little tips go like this around here. And there's going to be a little extra hanging off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the tip, and I'm going to do a 1/4 inch seam. And I'm going to put my needle in the down position. I have it set at 3 and well, actually 4, and I have that one set up 4. That way my needle's in the center and my stitch length is about 4. You can do your stitch length closer if you'd like. Let's see if I can find my foot pedal. And you're just going to try to keep this at the 1/4 inch. When you get to a turn, just lift the foot a little bit and continue on going. And it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. It's not going to be perfect. Pull that pin out. Now I'm going to back up because I lost my 1/4 inch just a hair. So I'm going to back up until I got my 1/4 inch back and move it back to where it should be. If you lose your 1/4 inch, you can always back up and regain it again. Take out that last pin. Okay, now this is going to be the hard part. What we're going to do is we're going to take it, lift, and set that up to where it's lined up with the white. Okay, it's lined up with the white. Lower your foot, go a little bit, And we're going to do it again. We're going to spin it. And again. And close it. And we're done. Now we have to go and do the other toe. So we're going to pull this out. And we're going to go back and do this toe on this side. Cut off the extra strings. And we're going to do it on this side. Do the 1/4 inch. Bring down the foot. Now the 1/4 inch is going to be a little bit difficult. It's in the middle of this foot right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that needle down, hold my threads, and start. Lift, spin my foot, and do the same thing again. Lift, line up my black with my white, lower, and finish sewing. Now if you had any spots, this is where we inspect, or at least I inspect, to make sure that my 1/4 inch was a 1/4 inch all the way. And I had a few areas right in here that weren't quite a 1/4 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure that they are a 1/4 inch or a little bit better. And the extra reinforcement won't hurt either. So it's not going to hurt it to have the extra reinforcement. Now that will be on the inside. So that's part of your foot right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to close this backwards. You want the seams backwards. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to pin at prime locations, like at the corner of the foot, at the toe, and at the toe here of the shoe. Now remember, when we come down, we're not going around this. We're actually stopping here so we can put a sole on here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to line up the rest of the leg from the point here, and we're going to sew that with a 1/4 inch seam, which will be very, very quick. Put your needle in the down position. That way when you come to pivot points, you can pivot your leg without any problem. line up your edges. A few more. Pivot. Line up your edges. Pivot. Line up your edges. Now pivot. And be very, very careful when you come to this back end. You want to have your crease going with the needle so it sews in nice and smoothly. So we have that lined up. I'm going to spin the leg around. Make sure it's still lined up, which it is. And what I do is I get under there and I make sure that it's pulled while I'm holding my finger, making sure that these are lined up. I pull on this so it's nice and flat, and then I will go across the front of the toe, lift, and I'll line up the edges again. And I'll keep on lining up my edges. Slip her leg over. And we're getting back to the back position again. But you want to make sure that the material's still meeting. And we're back to where we started. And I will do a few back stitches and a few forward stitches. Needle up. Oops. Lift and cut. Now your shoe should be on there all nice and secure. At this point you can turn your leg right side out and it will be ready for stuffing. And you're going to do both legs the exact same way. So just give me 1 second. Okay. And this is the leg that I just finished. It takes a little bit to pull it out through. If you have something to help you push it through, that works too. Just be careful on the seams not to poke a hole through. After all that nice stitching, you don't want to send out a doll that already has a rick in her. And there's the shoe. And as you can see, it's all lined up. It has a sole on it. And the leg is done. It just needs to be stuffed. What we're going to do is, on here, it tells you that the dot line is right about here. So that's about how full that you want to stuff your leg. You want to stuff your leg a little. If you fold this in half, it comes down to the top of the ankle, crease of the ankle. That's how full that you want to stuff your leg. So I'm going to do that right now. And you want to stuff those feet really, really good. I'm using this polyfill. I don't know if you can see it. This polyfill that I got from Walmart, which is 100% polyester, but it's a great filling material and really gets into the corners really nice. Use the dull end of a knit needle if you want, or any long object to help push the fill down into the bottom of the leg. And you want to fill that leg until it is really packed full and the seams are pushing out. Just keep shoving it in, and I will be back. I'm going to upload this video, and then I'll have the other video of the legs full with the stitches on it.